Somebody else who doesn't like Donald Trump very much, Mike Pence.
It's no surprise that I will
out with his big endorsement today.
Look, I'm incredibly proud of the record of our administration. It was a conservative record that made America more prosperous, more secure, and saw conservatives appointed to our course in a more peaceful world. But that being said, during my presidential campaign, I made it clear that there were profound differences between me and President Trump on a range of issues, and not just our difference on my constitutional duties that I exercised on January the 6th. I mean, as I have watched his candidacy unfold, I've seen him walking away from our commitment to confronting the national debt. I've seen him starting to shy away from a commitment to the sanctity of human life. And this last week, his reversal on getting tough on China and supporting our administration's effort to force a sale of ByteDance TikTok.
Why do you think he did that? Why do you think he had that reversal on that before we go, sir?
Well, I can't speculate on it, but what I can tell you is that in each of these cases, Donald Trump is pursuing and articulating an agenda that is at odds with the conservative agenda that we governed on during our 4 years. And that's why I cannot, in good conscience, endorse Donald Trump in this campaign. But let me say one last thing. That being said, look, Republican primary voters have made it clear, Martha, who they're for in this election. What I'm going to spend the rest of this year on is talking about what we should be for, and that is the broad mainstream conservative agenda that's defined our party and always made America strong and prosperous and free.
Well, understood. I got 2 seconds, but who are you going to vote for in November?
Well, like most Americans, I'm going to keep my vote to myself. But
would you vote for President Biden?
I would never vote for Joe Biden. But how I vote when that curtain closes is that'll be for me.
I think she means Kamala. I mean, unless you could write in Biden. Anyway, Pence is not a Trump fan. I think we know that. He said he's going to spend the rest of this time really working on just exactly how he can plan for a better America with the conservative values that he really cares about and wants to push. Now, look, he's a nice man. I have interviewed him multiple times. I've known him for many years. I actually thought he was a good pick as vice president. He's run into some things, and I'm going to share with you the clip that I think basically destroyed his career. And so when he says that he wants to work on the policies that are going to help us as a nation, I think that I'm somewhat skeptical of that, because there's a part of me that believes, no, he's going to effectively be a lobbyist, right? He's going to work on the policies that the donor class want him to work on. It's part of my hesitancy and my past hesitancy with the likes of Nikki Haley as well, because these are people that really need this, right? They have to pay the bills. And so that leaves me sort of questioning the authenticity of what they're doing. And there was this moment, remember, with Tucker Carlson, when he was doing an event, and we credit The Blaze, they were running the tape on this one, and one of the sponsors of the event, in which Tucker effectively kind of just destroyed Mike Pence's career. But it's Pence's fault. I mean, if he really meant this, and I hope he didn't, I hope that he just wasn't paying attention, and this is a reminder for politicians to listen when the interviewer is asking you a question. I mean, maybe he really meant this, and this is what you got. But remember,
January, we'll let somebody transfer some jets.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vice President, have you, I know you're running for president. You are distressed that the Ukrainians don't have enough American tanks. Every city in the United States has become much worse over the past 3 years. Yeah. Drive around. There's not one city that's gotten better in the United States. And it's visible. Our economy has degraded. The suicide rate has jumped. Public filth and disorder and crime have exponentially increased, and yet your concern is that the Ukrainians, a country most people can't find on a map, who've received tens of billions of U.S. tax dollars, don't have enough tanks. Right. I think it's a fair question to ask, like, where's the concern for the United States in that?
Well, it's not my concern. Tucker, I've heard that routine from you before, but that's not my concern. I'm running for president of the United States because I think this country's in a lot of trouble. I think Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad.
I'm so troubled by that. I really am. And he doubled down on it, of all things. Like he said, I've heard that one from you before. It's not my concern. It's not my concern. You know, I'm running for president because he's weakened America. I mean, you got to have it be a little bit of your concern, buddy, if you're running for president of the United States of America, right? You can't be all focused on Ukraine. You know, you got to look inward a little bit. I mean, stupid, asinine thing to say. And if really that's how he feels, then, you know, good riddance, for goodness sakes. But I'd like to think, given that I've known him and he's seemed to be at times trying to do the right thing, I'd like to think that somehow he just really royally screwed up.